All right, today we're going to zoom in on one specific place on one specific day. Hastings, Minnesota, on Wednesday, April 15th. Now, on the surface, it seems like just another ordinary day, but as we're about to find out, there is so much more to it than meets the eye.
And I just love this quote from our source for today, HastingsNow.com. It really nails the vibe, doesn't it? If you're from around Hastings, you know exactly what this feels like. Some days are just too darn nice to stick to the to-do list.
So, what does a day that can inspire a full-on scenic detour actually look like? Let's dive into the forecast for what's shaping up to be a pretty perfect Wednesday.
The forecast is really painting a picture of one of those truly friendly mid-April days. You know the kind I'm talking about? The kind that makes the riverfront just call your name. The air feels crisp and fresh and everything just seems a little bit easier. It is a day that is absolutely built for getting outside, whether you're heading down to Levy Park or honestly just opening the windows at home.
Okay, so we've established it's a perfect day, but what do the actual numbers look like? Let's get practical and break down the key details for your Wednesday.
And yeah, as you can see, the numbers are just about ideal. We're talking about a super comfortable high of 67, cooling down to a nice crisp 46 overnight. And the best parts? Absolutely no rain expected during the day. And the wind is just a gentle little breeze from the north-northeast.
And 67 degrees. I mean, that really is the sweet spot, isn't it? With plenty of sunshine and just that light wind, the afternoon is going to feel so pleasantly bright, but not blustery. It's not one of those classic Minnesota days where you feel like you're fighting the wind just across the bridge. It's just, well, it's perfect.
So what's all this mean for your plans? Well, a light jacket for the morning and evening is probably a good call. You'll definitely want your sunglasses, but you can for sure leave the umbrella at home. And hey, here's a pro tip. If you've got any outdoor plans on the docket, today is the day to do them. The forecast is hinting that we might have some storms rolling in later this week. But here's where it gets really interesting. As perfect as this Wednesday in Hastings seems, there's another whole layer to this date, because April 15th isn't just another spring day. It's a day with some serious history behind it. So, while you're out there enjoying that perfect spring weather, it's worth asking, what else has happened on this exact date throughout history? And it turns out, a whole lot. It turns out, the events of this date connect our own backyard all the way to the streets of Paris, and they've shaped art, politics, and sports forever.
When you look at the timeline, 3 huge milestones on this date really stand out. We've got the birth of a revolutionary art movement, the arrival of a major Minnesota political figure, and a single moment that would change American sports forever. So first, let's jump back to 1874. In Paris, you have this group of artists. We're talking Claude Monet, Pierre-Auguste Renoir, and they'd been rejected by the official fancy art salon. So what'd they do? They put on their own show. And that exhibition, well, it's now known as the very first Impressionist exhibition, launching one of the most famous art movements in history. Then in 1907, history happens just a stone's throw away from Hastings. Harold E. Stassen was born over in West St. Paul, and he would go on to become Minnesota's governor at the just astonishingly young age of 32, making him the youngest person to ever hold that office. And then, on April 15th, 1947, Jackie Robinson put on a Brooklyn Dodgers uniform and stepped onto Ebbets Field. By doing that, he broke Major League Baseball's color barrier, an absolutely monumental moment in the history of American sports, and of course, the Civil Rights Movement. So what does all of this mean for us, right here, right now, on a really pleasant Wednesday in Hastings?
It means that the ordinary and the extraordinary are always happening at the same time. That simple pleasure of a walk by the Mississippi, it shares a date with the birth of a governor, the vision of revolutionary artists, and the unbelievable courage of an athlete who changed the world. Every single day we live is layered with these kinds of stories.
And that leaves us with one final thought, doesn't it? While we look back at everything that has happened on this date, it's worth taking a moment to wonder, what will a day like today, your day, one day be remembered for?